If you missed my deck profile for week 6 of the Elestrals Championship League, you can find that up in the card above and down in the description below. But with that out of the way, let's get right into the match. So getting into game 1 here, I did win the die roll, so I chose to go first, and starting off, my hand isn't great. I only have a Volcaries here, so I just cast it out trying to get ahead of like Poison Tip Arrow, Shield of Achilles, but I also don't have any other Elestrals in hand. I've got plenty, so I feel like I can draw into some here, but also that Earthquake is quite punishing, and then into a Viscerus. So obviously the Volcaries wouldn't be able to do much. I just shield here, hoping I can draw an Elestral and just establish a body on board before luck can get it out. And likely I can't really deal with the Viscerus anyway. I believe I do have, yeah, I have to expend to draw. So unfortunately not finding Elestral. So I really do wish, and I'm wondering if it would have been correct overall if I just waited to cast out the Volcaries knowing I really didn't have a follow-up. So here, Luck casts out the Viscerus and casts the Ambrosia to recover back up. And if you notice his spirit count is oddly low, that's because through reviewing this, I realized Luck was missing 3 spirits from his spirit deck this entire match, so that does potentially affect things, and yeah, I really just realized it just now, so I'll be messaging Luck about this. But here I got Nectar of the Gods, so I can cast it out, find some more Elestrals. I finally find a Smoltuga. It's not great to face this Viscerus, which I got for a point of damage, but I can at least find the Kinleo, so if a Viscerus can't hit over my Smoltuga, I can at least attempt to start cleaning stuff up with Kinleo. With 2 back row, if one of those is a Gorgon's Gaze, that's going to hurt. Passing it back over to Luck, does not really have anything. Instead, he opts to just P-Gust to pop the back row, and I just have to let it go. Unfortunately, Tsunami's not too useful here. Really wish I hadn't seen that P-Gust there, because I would have preferred the Viscerus to stop it, but hey, he can actually hit over this Moltuga, so I'm not feeling too bad. Kind of wish I had possibly Krakatoa since Zero used an Earthquake, though. Well, even running into a PTA, that's a lot of spirits down. So here, I just tried to clean up the board with the Kinleo, because he can clean up the Viscerus, then try to attack. Actually, I can't even attack over the P-Gust, but fortunately, Gorgon's Gaze here hurts, and I don't have any back row to protect the Kinleo, but I kind of have to go for it. That's the unfortunate part, is it really feels like a lot of times when I have Kinleo, it just lines up with the Gorgon's Gaze and then does nothing, but at the same time, it's like, he needs exactly Gorgon's Gaze. But here, just another Viscerus so he can start cleaning up the board, cast out another Viscerus as well, and things are not looking good for me. I don't really have an effective way to clean up the board. I have to take 1 spirit damage, and I'm now down 1 spirit in spirit deck, 10-9, and Luck has 4 on board as well, so really it's a 5 spirit deficit. So here I just throw out the Necrof. I can start at least attacking over stuff. I Laurels here, take out one of the attack position Visceruses. Still don't have any back row. I just need to clean it up though, so shield hurts so much. This game's been rough. I really wonder if I could have changed things with the Volcaries, because I would have been able to shield the Viscerus, or even just Tsunami the Viscerus that one turn that it attacked. So that probably would have been better. Having to expend 4 spirits here, down to 3. I'm just barely out of eruption range, as you'll see on this turn. So passing back over to me, I draw for turn. You know, I have the Necrof in hand, and of course I'm holding eruptions because it is a burn deck, and 2 eruptions and a Necrof just puts Luck down to 0 spirits. Obviously, it really shouldn't be this close because Luck was missing 3 spirits, which is kind of funny when you think about it. So here I'm just debating, is there any out? And there isn't. I just decide, let's go for Ambrosia to be able to recover back the spirit so I can actually cast Earthquakes. If I had a 3rd one, that was the out there, but I didn't really have enough spirits for it. Just burn the 2, cast out the Necrof, and then attack over the Equal Links. Burn Luck for the final spirit, but that's all I really have. You can just run over and win for a game. So that's it for game 1. Shouldn't have been that close, but also kind of funny it was that close. So it almost feels a bit insulting in hindsight, the fact that I thought I was so much closer than I actually was. But let's get into game 2. So getting into game 2 here, I'm on the play again, and we both took a mulligan. So feeling all right since we both had to take one, but I went from a hand of all runes to a hand of all Elestrals, so I'm not feeling great. I really need my runes to support my Elestrals, considering they're always, not always, but most likely going to be smaller than Lux. So here I just grabbed the Wormite to try to be able to hit over those bigger stuff to at least put on some pressure. I figure that's probably one of the better ones, especially since I don't have a Nexus Bank for Kinleo, and I don't expect to be able to set up a rune at all. So here it looks, ends up an Equal Link, sets up Floy Force, still can't hit over it. He realizes he probably should have held that Floy Force, and definitely so, because I did side in those 2 Poseidon Atlantises to try to pop it, but then just goes for the Scythe, recovers 1 and attacks over. So yeah, and I don't have any runes, so like in practice, doesn't really matter they threw it out, but in most cases, probably should have held and just cast out the Scythe. So here, PTA on the freaking Wormite, I can't hit over it. And he leaves it up just to go and do a Viscerus. This game's not starting off well for me. This was honestly a very frustrating moment because, you know, I had a rough game 1. I think I could have definitely played it a bit better holding the Volcaries, knowing that. I think that would have probably been a smarter play. But then just have game 2 go from all runes to all Elestrals and just get kind of run over by a hand like this hurts. Do find my Nog again, that 1 of Nog, just kind of crazy. Since Luck's already thrown out so many spirits, not too bad to have to use them up. I just need to start being able to clear stuff. I have another Wormite, but another PTA. I was debating just forfeiting at this point, but that's no fun. So I did play it out here, but I'm honestly very frustrated at this point in the match. And also for context, Luck and I had actually met up at a local card shop that day to ideally play it, but unfortunately his filming equipment was still packed away, so we were unable to do it. But we decided we still wanted to get in some games. He only had this deck, so we just played with our ECL decks, because why not? We're here, why not? Let's do it anyway. I won 3 out of the 4 games we played, so apparently I used up all my the good variants in my favor during those games, and not here. So is what it is. So here, look, just a big board, really showing how scary Earth is, and there's not much I can do. But at the same time, Triple Eruption yet again does out it, but at the same time, it's a bit tricky. So here I just go Necro if I can at least run over the defense position. Viscerus, burn Luck for 1, and try to do some stuff. Not much. I get hit hard next turn, but at least I'm not out of it. Still no back row to help out. So here, down to 7 spirits. Really, it should be 10, but 7 for this game. Tectoros is out. Hit over and hit for, was that 4 more? Yeah, just kind of get rid of those. And back to my turn, I'm on 4 spirits. I draw for turn, and funny enough, well, actually, Necruff can't hit over anything. So there's not much I can really do here. I mean, I've got the... does it show? Yeah, I have the double eruption again, but no real way to get it. I even had the Ambrosia, so if I could just find my final eruption, which was 2 draws away, would have had it. But that's about it for this match. Luck takes it 2-0. So that was a frustrating and embarrassing performance, to say the least. I haven't been able to beat any of us returning members. Like, I lost to Baron, I lost to Words, and now I lost to Luck. At least I took a game off of Baron. But yeah, again, game 1, I think I probably should have held the Volcaries, knowing that Luck has Earthquake to try to clean it up. And since that's my Elestral, it would just kind of leave me high and dry, and instead rely on my Tsunami and my Shield of Achilles to try to control the board a bit. That probably would have been better, and I would have been able to then cast Volcaries, force that it would have been a shield or something to be able to respond to it. It's not a perfect answer, but I think it will at least give me a better fighting chance. And then game 2 was just frustrating, to say the least. And I'm torn. Part of me wants to find where I could have done better so I can perform, I can do better. Like, if it's because of me, I can at least improve. But I'm really questioning how much my elemental pairing is holding me back. Because Earth, I think, is just very strong on its own. Wind is also very strong on its own. Thunder, we don't even need to go into that. And Wirtz, Baron, and Luck all had at least one of those elements. Luck had both of them. Meanwhile, Water and Fire are probably the 2 that need one of those other 3 pairings the most, and I just don't have it. So I'm kind of inclined to say that my elemental pairing is really limiting me without rune removal, without an Earthquake to complement the slower strategy, and Fire just kind of being a bit all over the place. But at the same time, I don't want to make that excuse if I can definitely get better. So I'm trying to take the notes here, but also not drive myself too crazy. But 2 weeks left after this one. I do have the bye, though this video is going up the week of the bye just due to scheduling issues. So you really won't see too much of a difference moving forward. But next week, I am up against Alex, who is on, I believe, Thunder and Earth, if I'm not mistaken. I know he's definitely on Thunder, so that matchup's going to be interesting. I think I got something fun brewed up for that. And then finish off, I've got my match against Cerebro. So, hey, maybe I can still do something. I don't know if my record's good enough, nor do I want to spend the time trying to figure it out, to possibly play for 3rd and 4th place. Theoretically, I should be fine because, I mean, the only people I've only lost to 3 people. So if I can win against both Alex and Cerebro, that ideally puts me in contention for that. But at the same time, I still have lost 2-0 against 2 players, and I did take a game off of Baron, thankfully, but I did also get a game taken from me by Caster, so I don't know. We'll see. So I think for these final 2 weeks, I'm just going to go with something fun just to kind of end out the season, because I'm honestly a bit tired of tryharding and just kind of being frustrated after each of my losses. So if I go with something fun, at least I can just say, well, I chose to do that. But now I want to hear from you all. What was your favorite part from this match? I think there's definitely a couple of fun parts. Maybe not the most exciting match overall, but I still think there's some cool stuff that happened here. You can also find all my fellow ECL participants' channels linked down in the description below. I'll have Luck right at the top because he was my opponent for this week. And you can find the playlist if you missed any previous ECL content linked down in the description below and up in the card above. And if you've enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and turning on the notification bell so you're notified when I do upload more content. But with that being said though, look forward to more content coming out real soon.